Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. So today we are going to have an analysis of one more dimension of this ongoing COVID-19, that is CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility. Let us see the context of this today's discussion. We have seen in news that Ministry of Corporate Affairs has told that the funds spent on measures to tackle COVID-19 crisis will be seen as CSR activity. Similarly, in PM Cares, also we are seeing how corporate sector are donating amounts. For example, this Tata pledged 1500 crores, Reliance pledged 500 crores. These things are there. So given this context, now first let us have some basics about what is CSR. CSR is not philanthropy as such. Rather, it is responsibility of a corporate sector. It is one way, one tool in the hands of the corporate sector to balance between the profit, people and planet. Profit, its goal, the main goal of corporate sector is profit. People, that means its responsibility toward the people. And the third is planet, that is environmental objectives. We can cite two examples. For people, we can give one example of Nanhi Kali, empowerment of women. Girl education is there, that is run by Mahindra. Similarly, for environmental sector, we can see how Tatas are organizing biodiversity fair to promote awareness on pollinator conservation. That is to how to protect the planet. That is another aspect. In fact, there is also legal obligation under Companies Act 2013 to spend 2% of profit for CSR activities. This CSR helps companies to build good image. In fact, their responsible behavior gives them competitive advantage also and provides a sort of marketing strategy. At the same time, government social objectives are also getting fulfilled. Having discussed all these basics of CSR, now let us see how CSR money can be helpful in ongoing COVID crisis. The government in recent times committed 15,000 crores to healthcare to fight corona, but it does not seem to be adequate. And in fact, the CSR money is expected to augment this resource, this 15,000 crores. The CSR money can free up some fiscal space for government, and this is very much needed because fiscal constraints are there. There is declining government revenue due to less economic activity, while increasing social expenditure is there, such as free ration, increased pension, etc. Secondly, we can see personal protection equipments, ventilators, masks, all these are needed. And in fact, the frontline health warriors, they need protection, and their morale to fight with COVID will get pushed with PPE, masks, etc. to them. Next, the CSR money can also be used for building quarantine centers with adequate facilities. Similarly, in running community kitchen, providing temporary shelters to stranded migrants, laborers, homeless, etc., CSR money can become handy, can be useful. Those volunteers and civil society who are responding to provide food, they need resources to remain afloat in their efforts. And here the role of CSR money comes again. Similarly, the ongoing COVID crisis has a huge bearing on daily workers. Therefore, it poses risk for getting trapped in poverty for those people. And poverty itself brings many social evils like child labor to augment family income in times to come. Similarly, malnutrition may also become worse, and underage marriage of girl child can also become more. There may be more instances of this. To prevent deterioration in gains made on these social fronts, CSR money can be used. For example, income support to daily workers can be given for some time to come. So friends, we have discussed how CSR money can become useful in the ongoing fight against COVID. Now let us see one debate on the mode of deploying CSR money. And this debate has been triggered by big corporate sector donating to PM Cares. There are arguments also in favor of this centralization, that there will be less duplication, reduced duplication and overlapping of efforts. And also government has huge capacity, outreach due to its machinery, agencies, etc., that no corporate entity can match. However, there are counter arguments also that this centralization may lead to delay in fund disbursal and utilization, such as due to procedures, various layers of fund transfer mechanisms. However, need of the time is expeditious response, speedy response, as every single day counts in this COVID crisis. Therefore, one question arises: should corporate sector be absolved of responsibilities by merely donating to a central fund? An appropriate viewpoint is that they should go beyond donations also. In fact, they should collaborate with state government, and state government has necessary data and assessment of situation. This can be used by corporate to map which areas are in need and what help they need. Which areas are in need and what help they need. For example, to quarantine inflowing laborers, the village schools are being used, but there are needs of beds, masks, equipments, food, etc. In absence of these facilities, there are incidents of those people escaping quarantine. Here, a company CSR can be directly used. In fact, corporate efficiency and expertise in procuring equipments, manufacturing these ventilators and supplying them directly wherever needed is of much significance because it will expedite the response. Therefore, CSR centralization by donation to PM cares is not advisable. Also, they can collaborate with local bodies and NGOs in activities like mask production for local populace, running community kitchen for stranded or poor people, etc. All this direct involvement of corporate and its CSR activities will also be beneficial in the times to come. Why? Because increasing awareness about CSR will be there. In fact, this lack of awareness about CSR is one big challenge in India for CSR activities. Secondly, lack of interest is there among local communities as regards CSR activities, and this is another big challenge for India. This challenge will also get diluted. In fact, this is an opportunity to build trust and synergy between CSR, NGO and local bodies. All these will be a precursor in institutionalization of CSR in India. By institutionalization, we mean that CSR activities should be through a well-defined process and procedure to be effective. There should be a mechanism in place to deploy CSR fund and to have CSR activities, and thereby avoiding duplication of efforts and avoiding non-utilization of funds. Here we must see how merely donation to central fund is seen as CSR activity. This shows that there is lack of institutionalization. To conclude, we can say that corporate sector owes its existence to society itself. It does not exist in vacuum. Therefore, it should show enthusiasm to act rather than only donating fund. Thank you.